All right, guys, I am back with another chapter. It is a new book in the Bible. We are in First Chronicles, chapter 1, and so there is a little bit of a prelude to this. I'm going to read that. That's going to let us know what what's the word I'm looking for? What the premise to the first, looks like 9 chapters of the book of First Chronicles, and it reads, The Genealogies of Israel. These genealogies are the official family records of the nation of Israel. They give us an overview of the history of God's work from creation through the captivity of his people. These records serve to teach the exiles returning from Babylon about their spiritual heritage as a nation and to inspire them to renew their faithfulness to God. Although these lists show the racial heritage of the Jews, they contain the spiritual heritage for every believer. We are a part of the community of faith that has existed from generation to generation since the dawn of man. And we'll go ahead and just jump right into chapter 1, guys. Ancestry of the nation, from Adam to Noah's son. The descendants of Adam were Seth, Enosh, Kenan, Mahalalel, Jared, Enoch, Methuselah, Lamech, and Noah. The sons of Noah were Shem, Ham, and Japheth. The descendants of Japheth were Gomer, Magog, Madai, Javan, Tubal, Meshech, and Tiras. The descendants of Gomer were Ashkenaz, Riphath, and Togarmah. The descendants of Javan were Elisha, Tarshish, Kittim, and Rodanim. The descendants of Ham were Cush, Mizraim, Put, and Canaan. The descendants of Cush were Sheba, Havilah, Sabta, Ramah, and Sabteka. The descendants of Ramah were Sheba and Dedan. Cush was also the ancestor of Nimrod, who was the first heroic warrior on earth. Mizraim was the ancestor of the Ludites, Anamites, Lehabites, Naphtuhites, Pathrusites, Casluhites, and the Caphtorites, from whom the Philistines came. Canaan's oldest son was Sidon, the ancestor of the Sidonians. Canaan was also the ancestor of the Hittites, Jebusites, Amorites, Girgashites, Hivites, Arkites, Sinites, Arvadites, Zemarites, and Hamathites. The descendants of Shem were Elam, Ashur, Aphrazad, Lud, and Aram. The descendants of Aram were Uz, Hul, Gether, and Mash. Arphazad was the father of Shelah. Shelah was the father of Eber. Eber had 2 sons. The first was named Peleg, which means division, for during his lifetime the people of the world were divided into different language groups. His brother's name was Joktan. Joktan was the ancestor of Almadad, Shelef, Hazar-Maveth, Jerah, Hedoram, Uzal, Diklah, Obal, Abimael, Sheba, Ophir, Havilah, and Jobab. All these were descendants of Joktan. So this is the family line descended from Shem, Arphazad, Shelah, Eber, Peleg, Ru, Serug, Nahor, Terah, and Abram, later known as Abraham. The sons of Abraham were Isaac and Ishmael. These are their genealogical records. The sons of Ishmael were Nebaioth, the oldest, Kedar, Abdeel, Mibsam, Mishma, Duma, Massa, Hadad, Tema, Jetur, Naphish, and Kedema. These were the sons of Ishmael. The sons of Keturah, Abraham's concubine, were Zimran, Jokshan, Medan, Midian, Ishbak, and Shua. The sons of Jokshan were Sheba and Dedan. The sons of Midian were Ephah, Epher, Hanak, Abida, and Eldah. All these were descendants of Abraham through his concubine Keturah. Abraham was the father of Isaac. The sons of Isaac were Esau and Israel, or Jacob. The sons of Esau were Eliphaz, Reuel, Jeush, Jeush, Jalam, and Korah. The descendants of Eliphaz were Teman, Omar, Zepho, Gatam, Kenaz, and Amalek, who was born to Timnah. The descendants of Reuel were Nahath, Zerah, Shema, and Mizah. The descendants of Seir were Lotan, Shabal, Zibeon, Anah, Dishan, Ezer, and Dishan. The descendants of Lotan were Hori and Hemam. Lotan's sister was named Timnah. The descendants of Shabal were Alvan, Manahath, almost said Manhattan, Manahath, Ebal, Shepho, and Onam. The descendants of Zibeon were Aya and Anah. The son of Anah was Dishan. The descendants of Dishan were Hamdan, Eshban, Ithran, and Kiran. The descendants of Ezer were Bilhan, Zavan, and Akan. The descendants of Dishan were Uz and Aran. Rulers of Edom. These are the kings who ruled in the land of Edom before any king ruled over the Israelites. Bela, son of Beor, who ruled from his city in Dinhabad. When Bela died, Jobab, son of Zerah, from Bozrah, became king in his place. When Jobab died, Husham, from the land of the Temanites, became king in his place. When Husham died, Hadad, son of Bedad, became king in his place and ruled from the city of Avith. He was the one who destroyed the Midianite army in the land of Moab. When Hadad died, Shamla from the city of Masrekah became king in his place. When Samlah died, Shaul from the city of Rehoboth on the river became king in his place. When Shaul died, Baal Hanan, son of Akbor, became king in his place. When Baal Hanan died, Hadad became king in his place and ruled from the city of Pah. His wife was Mechatable, again another tough one, the daughter of Matred and granddaughter of Mezahab. Then Hadad died. The clan leaders of Edom were Timnah, Alva, Japheth, Oholibamah, Elah, Pinon, Kenaz, Teman, Mibzar, Magdiel, and Iram. These are the clan leaders of Edom. Goodness me. First Chronicles, guys. That is the end of it. This is actually one of the reasons why I really struggled with the portions of Genesis. I don't feel any one which way or any pull, any spiritual significance when I read through the lineage of this. The one connection, and I imagine it'll be something that I will continue, that will kind of resonate with me as I read through this, because it looks like chapter 2 is going to be just nothing but a bunch of names and just a reflection of just who people were and how it got to the point where it was. Looks like even to King David, and just continue on down the line. Reuben, just so many different, just a constantly. This is just going to be a bunch of names, guys. The only thing that I'm going to reflect on so far from what I've read, it's weird that my name would eventually come on this. Like, how crazy is that? It's so interesting, because one of the first questions that I asked my pastor about just the Bible, and just something that resonated with me, say, God still lives. We think of this book as complete, but we're living chapters of this book. And so when I think of, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John and the Gospels, I think, well, I'm living the Gospel of William, and how God is working through my life. And I guess it only resonates with you like that, or could resonate with you like that, if you are a Christ follower. And I guess that kind of puts a smile on my face, because my name is going to be written in the book of life. I fall in line with this lineage. Now, it's incredibly far removed from this single point or multiple points in history, but it's nice to know that my name still belongs. And I like that. And I want that for everybody that I know and love, and even the people that I struggle to love, because I'm supposed to love everybody. So that'll be the reflection for tonight. So on that note, have a good night. God bless. I love you. Jesus loves you. And I'll be back for chapter 2 of First Chronicles, where the header reads Descendants of Israel. And so on that note, have a good night and God bless, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.